Hello everyone, welcome back to all of you in the Smelly Army. So something a bit different for my intro today, not exactly a comedy intro, but you may find some humour in this one. So a little bit of history about me today. I used to be in a rock band called Absolute Rock. We played 80s rock music, I guess music that then would have been called heavy metal, although pretty soft and radio friendly compared to what now passes as metal music. And we had great fun doing it. See if you can spot which one of these people is me before we get into my video with the fantastic Chris from the FRAG-MENTAL channel on his top 5 designer fragrances. Right, that's enough of that nonsense. Let's get into the video proper. Hello everyone, so today we've got a special edition and we're going to have my new friend Chris from the channel FRAG-MENTAL. It's been lovely to meet him today.
Glad to be here.
We met Masham Raza from Dua Fragrances earlier, and so I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a fun topic with you. So I just thought I'd quiz you and find out. Now Chris's channel, by the way, is relatively new. It's been going since about November.
Yeah, early November, yeah.
FRAG-MENTAL.
It feels a lot longer than that though.
Yes.
As you know, these channels are a lot of work, so it feels like it's been about 12 months already, but having fun with it.
We'll soon be burnt out, guys, but before then, we were going to, by the way, check out his channel, links in the description below. I'm going to quiz you, what are your, at the moment, off the top of your head, top 5 designer men's fragrances?
Okay.
Either that you own or not. Number 5, no particular order, but let's start at 5.
Okay, number 5, I would say I'm going to go for La Nuit de L'Homme.
La Nuit de L'Homme, Yves Saint Laurent, okay.
Yes.
Any particular reason?
I just think it's a fragrance that works like a lot of designer fragrances. Actually, it works for a lot of occasions. Easy to throw on. It's a bit of a dumb reach. I enjoy wearing it, most importantly, but it's known to get the odd compliment or two.
Yep, spicy kind of lavender, cardamom, and sweet but a little bit sophisticated. Isn't it?
Yeah, sophisticated, definitely. Yeah.
And what year is your bottle from?
It's a recent bottle, so I'd probably say it's 2017. I think.
Still,
yeah.
So it still works for you, even despite that.
Yeah, and you know what? I've not smelt a vintage, so I'm kind of happy in my ignorance when it comes to fragrances like that. And another of my designer picks will be a similar.
Same
thing,
may apply. So what's number 4?
Number 4 is Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male.
A classic.
Yes.
From 1995, I think.
Yes.
Okay, and what do you like about that one?
Well, it's a scent memory for me. It's a very strong scent memory. It's one of the first fragrances that I went out to buy off my own back. I think I remember my sister coming to me and saying, you know what, there's this fragrance that I just smell, Jean-Paul Gaultier. At the time, I didn't even know it was called La Male. I just thought it was Jean-Paul Gaultier, and it was the muscular guy. And she said, you know what, the girls are loving it. All my friends love it, so I would recommend that you go back. So I went out immediately, bought it, and that was my night out fragrance. So kind of coming of age time when you're 17, 18, 19, and you're finding your way in the world and you're building your confidence a little bit. I found that fragrance, I associate that with that, and I used to feel quite empowered with a bit of La Male on, and I've said in another video of mine that I had a jumper that I bought from Holland,
right.
And my night out was putting that jumper on that I love. You know, clothing that you just feel
as part of your ritual.
Great.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just feel confident and good in. So that jumper with that fragrance was my night out.
Brilliant. Okay.
Ritual.
Yeah. Okay. And did it bring much success, that fragrance?
No.
But you enjoy it.
Well, you know what, with that fragrance, everyone got to know the DNA of that. Everyone got to know the smell, and you could be in a pub or a club, and people would say, "Oh, you're wearing Jean Paul Gaultier." And I think for a time when it was really popular, people used to enjoy calling people out on it. People used to like feeling like they knew about fragrances because they could smell. It was a very distinctive and strong smell. And my bottle I have at the moment, I don't think I know for certain it's not a vintage.
No, right.
And I do remember the original that I had, and I went through about 3 or 4 bottles, and it was a performer. I'd be really interested now to smell that against the version that I've recently reacquired to get back into my collection. But at the same time, I don't want to smell it because I want to enjoy the one I've got. And
so you still find the modern formulation acceptable?
Yeah. I've recently just got the old fresh version, the Popeye or the Superman
I like that.
one.
That's good.
I really like it. Yeah, I think Rob Zoe said that was a bit top heavy, and I think that was a perfect description. It kicks out a lot initially, and then it fizzled out quite a lot for me.
It's not a beast.
No, it's not a beast.
Yeah,
no.
but
Lovely fresh.
I do enjoy it. It's a little bit different. It's one of for me. I'm a bit of a boring old school scents guy, but it's one of the more sort of playful ones with the bottle and the bubblegum note that I still find I enjoy. So I do like it.
Too,
and I like you. I remember having an old bottle of what must have been vintage Lamal.
Yep.
And actually, I wasn't quite sure about the scent, but it sure was strong. It wasn't a big favourite of mine, but little did we know how lucky we were to have the vintage back then.
If only I'd have saved it and got about 5 backup bottles. But when you're 18, you don't think about that.
You don't think of those things. But great scent. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 3?
Number 3, I'm going to go with Chanel Allure on Sport or Extreme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Again, it's a fairly generic smell, but I love the tonka in that fragrance. I just think it's a smooth, sweet fragrance, really versatile. I quite enjoy wearing that for the gym, actually. I don't know why. I don't really think about it too much, but it's one that I can reach for just to spray on before the gym. I think it works well in that situation. Maybe it's because it's got sport in the name. Maybe, but a scent. Yeah, I really enjoy that.
It's very versatile, isn't it?
Very versatile.
You could have just one fragrance and that be it.
Yeah.
Like you say, you could wear it to the gym, but it wouldn't suck for a night out. It's pretty good, and I find Chanel, even if they're not always the most exciting scents, they're quality.
Yes.
You can hardly go wrong with. I can't really think of a Chanel that I wouldn't wear if I had, if you forced me to. So
and that's true with a lot of designers, isn't it? That they can be quite versatile. I find anyway, the ones I've got quite versatile in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
And obviously cheaper than niche, so they're a little bit cheaper and very versatile. So I think good value for money for a lot of designers, actually.
Yeah, you don't have to be going for the high-end stuff necessarily. I used to be a huge fan of the original Allure Homme Sport.
Yeah.
Had that as my signature scent for years before I got into fragrances. Mm-hmm. So now I'm a bit over it, but it was just, I got compliments, it was fresh, you can't go wrong. Yeah. So that was number 3. We've got 2 left. What's number 2?
Number 2 is Dior Homme Parfum.
Bit more fancy, bit more of a niche smell there.
Absolutely, a stronger, thicker smell, and classier, more sophisticated. That would be less. I have worn it in the day, but I would gravitate towards that more for a night scent, for an evening scent. Yeah. I find I have Dior Homme Intense as well, which I really love.
I was going to ask you how you thought they compared.
I've tested those side by side just because I was interested, and I found the performance of the Parfum was much better than Intense. Right. It lasted longer, and to my nose anyway, I was getting a lot more projection of that as well. And I think after about 5 or 6 hours, the Intense had fizzled out to a faintish skin scent for me, but the Parfum was still very much active and very detectable on the skin. So love them both, but if I was to pick between them, I would say Dior Homme Parfum. I found them quite similar in terms of the iris note.
I agree. You can tell it's the same DNA, or you can tell it's a flanker of Dior Homme of some sort. But I agree that the Parfum is beast mode, and the Intense is just okay. But
it's smoother as well. I think the Intense is a little sharper for me, but the Parfum is
that's interesting. And it's got that added leather, a little bit more masculine and darker maybe than the very metrosexual Dior Homme Intense. Yes. So like you, I lean towards the Parfum. Good choice. Okay, so what makes me wonder, what's going to be number 1?
Number 1 is the one.
Oh, really?
Eau de Parfum.
Okay. Dolce & Gabbana, the one.
Absolutely.
Eau de Parfum. Okay,
Dolce
right.
Gabbana.
Okay. That's interesting because I was trying to guess, and I didn't think of that one. It was.
Okay.
I didn't think of a dog.
Yeah.
What is it about that one that you like?
Well, I love the note of tobacco.
Oh,
fragrances.
right, okay.
My favourite niche is Enigma. Rose
Okay,
platforms,
yeah, brilliant.
I just find the note of tobacco in fragrance. Another one that I absolutely love is Naxos, or again, Dua's clone of that Fortune. The honey,
Xerjoff, Naxos,
the honey and the tobacco just mixes perfectly. I just find the note of tobacco can be smooth yet powerful at the same time, and it adds a lot of depth to a fragrance. So even though the tobacco note in the one isn't as pronounced as in those fragrances,
it's a pretty different smell, isn't it? Yeah.
Very. I'm not saying the scents are the same.
No.
But I am a fan of tobacco, and I just think it works really well in the one. And the one for me again is a versatile scent, but that would be my go-to evening designer scent.
Right, fair enough. Do you find that the EDP gives you satisfactory performance? A lot of people say certainly the EDT is not great and the EDP is still not amazing, but is it okay?
It's moderate. It's moderate. I actually tested the perfume parlour version. I think
I've had a few perfume parlour scents. Yep, some of them could be good.
Yeah, I did a video and I tested the perfume parlour version, and I got a little bit longer on the performance of it. It wasn't anything dramatic. It was a touch longer, but I just felt that I could smell it on my skin for longer. So I have both versions, but because I've got a collection.
Yeah.
You know what? The bottle of the one is gorgeous as well.
It is. I do like that. I agree.
Nice,
I do like the design.
Classy, simplistic design.
Yeah.
So to have that sitting on the shelf is something that I had to have. But I love both versions, and I would definitely reach for the one if I was going for a designer scent on a night out.
Okay, brilliant. That's a very nice varied list. Bit of old classic stuff, some modern ones, a few different styles. So if you like the one, have you ever tried Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme? Maybe the vintage original version.
I had that when around the time, even earlier than when I had Le Mans. I did have that, and I enjoyed it. But I think I was of an age I didn't appreciate it so much. But I see you talking about it.
I like the freshness, but that has a bit of tobacco too.
That old school masculine smell to it as well. Yeah, very nice.
We had a vintage one as well.
I know what's going on. If only we knew to hold on to these vintage.
We didn't know how lucky we were in those unregulated days of oak moss and ingredients that they can't use anymore. Okay, well, it's been great to have you on the channel. Thank you very much. It'd be lovely to meet you, Chris. And
thank you for inviting me on.
Thank you. Please pay a visit to Chris's channel. It's a really good channel, great content, and we look forward to seeing more of him. And I look forward to seeing more of you lot very soon. And remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project. Bye bye. So before we go, a quick plug for my written review blog. I have a blog now where I write fragrance reviews. It's quite different content to what you get on my channel here on YouTube. So please go along and check it out if you're interested to read some reviews of fragrances. I'll put the link in the description, and I'll also put the link to my Instagram account where I do post a mini fragrance review of whatever I'm wearing or trying almost every day.